Hello again, it's Noob, and I recently picked up this set of 7 jiggler keys for Volkswagen Audi group, and yes, I'm trying to avoid the obvious. I shall call it VAG or VAG. So the VAG Jiggler keys for automotive door locks. So here are some car door locks. This one is actually a practice one which I got, and 2 replacement ones which I picked up as well, which are kind of cool. So these are replacement door locks for VAG doors, and this is just a demo cylinder, which is actually quite good and will be quite useful in showing you how these things work a bit later. This type of door lock is becoming slightly obsolete over time. There's lots of them about, I'm sure, but yeah, they're making improvements to car door locks all the time. But this set of GOSO picks, which I bought with my own money from AliExpress, although I'm sure you could buy them from loads of other sites and obviously shop around. AliExpress isn't a sponsor. Get the best bargain you can if you're interested in these. But yeah, these are jiggler keys. What's a jiggler key? Well, the idea with a jiggler key is that they are sort of a bit like a normal key. So you'll see that these have the inner groove style keys like that, and these are a bit of a facsimile of these. You can see that you've got ones which are more like traditional rakes, like a triple peak here, or multi-peak rakes. So you see these sorts of profiles, and the idea is that you would literally pop these into a door lock like this, get them in, find one which actually fits this particular lock. Let's start this one. Slide it all the way in, and then you would literally jiggle it, which means apply a little bit of turning force, jiggle it up and down, pull it back and forth, even rake it slightly, as long as you're applying a small amount of turning force to the lock. When it does hit that correct shear line, the whole thing will turn. So why don't I do a few demos on the 3 inner groove style locks that I do have, and we'll come back for some conclusions in a second. So here we have a lock with this key, and that's the bitting. Just check it does work. Yeah, it all works fine. For this lock, we're going to go with the number 2, and there's going to be so much camera shakes. You need to be quite firm with this, and you know, you've got to put it in a little bit, you've got to withdraw it a little bit, give it a rake, get a jiggle, keep that tension on. Oh, and we got it. Look at that. So it is completely open, which I think is kind of cool. Have a look at that tailpiece. But we got it. You do need to be quite firm with these, and this one seems to work okay with the 5. So again, it's lots of camera shake because you have to be quite firm. Oh, but we got it. Last but by no means least, I have this see-through lock, which you can see how you slide the key in. These sliders will go up or down depending on the bitting. So hopefully you got a nice zoomed in view of this. Here's the key going in, and it's a bit stiff because we've trapped a lot of this in the vise, but I'm going to use one of the rakes and go in. I'll try and do this nice and slowly. Clearly, you know, normally I wouldn't be able to see any of what's going on inside here, but there you go, and that's how it works. You see that you just sort of wriggle the rake back and forth. That's now fully open. You can see that. As long as I don't go back too far to reset all the wafers, I can turn it clockwise and anti-clockwise. See them pop up. But all we're doing is, like I said, you're sort of jiggling this and moving it back and forth to try and get to a sweet position where all those wafers will align and then the core will turn. So do these work? Well, as you saw on the demo locks that I had, the answer is yes, and these are all of the locks of this type which I own, and it does work on all of them. Does that mean it will work on every single one of this type of VAG group locks? No, I've got no idea. I think I'd need to probably have 100 or so locks to be able to have a better idea about how effective these are. Also, when you have the more extreme bitted ones like these 2, which are 6 and 7, sometimes you won't be able to actually get these all the way into a lock, just because of the way the wafers in some locks are. They don't have much travel, so you've got an extreme lift there. Then you won't be able to necessarily always get past that, depending on where the little tabs on the inside of the wafers are set. So you'll see this go in, and it sort of sticks around wafer 3, and I can't quite get it to, even if I lift the wafer up, I can't get it past wafer 4 in this lock. If I go to 7, let's see if I can do any better with that. 7, which has, I'd argue, more extreme bitting. I can't even get past 2 on that. While if I took something which is a bit more mild, you know, still lots of ups and downs, but I should be able to just get that basically all the way to the back. And you know, this one is going to be probably quite good at getting that lock open if I sort of jiggle it and wriggle it into the right position, I reckon. But yeah, it's interesting how certain bittings won't go into certain locks all the way down. Let's have a look at another version. So this again should go all the way in, but a more extreme one, let's try this. Would that go in? We get part of the way and it sort of gets stuck. I think it's to do with a bit further, but we've got only that far, which isn't anywhere near as deep as it should be. Overall conclusions, well, I'd say that these are pretty good. I think for the £10.49 that I paid for these, that is actually, I think, a pretty good value. Do you need them? Well, I think for a professional locksmith who comes across this type of car lock, I think for that price it probably wouldn't hurt. I do think that these probably put a lot of stress and strain on the wafers in these types of locks, and I think you could probably damage the wafers or the tabs inside the wafers if you're not careful. I think it's a bit of a last resort. You'd have to certainly have a look inside the lock to see if you've caused any damage. So definitely more a professional's tool, interest to some hobby pickers, but mostly a professional tool. You know, like I said, at £10.49 come to just over £1 per key. They're very, very robust, very strong. And yeah, I think that they seem to be pretty well made. They seem to be a good facsimile of the types of keys that you have. So yeah, I can't think of many downsides to these, truthfully, not for the price, apart from the fact that most hobbyists won't be interested in these, and that this type of door lock will become less and less over time. So these will become less and less useful over time as the Volkswagen Audi Group style locks are improved over time as well. But yeah, that's my conclusions. They're not a bad set. I wish I had a bigger sample size to test out more locks, but all the locks I do have can be opened with this set of keys. And for just over a tenner, I think if you were a professional, these wouldn't be a bad punt, I'd say. But I'll be interested to know in the comments from locksmiths if you have found these actually useful. Do you rate them? Have you bought them? It'd be really interesting to find out. I do read all of the comments and reply to as many as I can. If you haven't liked this video yet and you think it deserves a like, hit that like button or subscribe, because both of those things really help me out. Otherwise, stay safe, happy picking, and I'll see you all next time.